A lot of times we find ourselves distancing from society and its norms. When there are a lot of things on our plate, we tend to empathize less and less and become more impulsive. Many of us find ourselves in such situations more often than the others. This raises a question in our minds if you're developing antisocial behaviors or were a sociopath to begin with. There are many differences between people who have sociopathic disorders and those that feel distance from society every now and then. There are many factors that are biological as well as environmental that are involved, and it is best assessed by a professional. However, there are some consistent traits among sociopathic personalities. We have created a list of signs that may confirm that you might actually be a sociopath. Hey guys, welcome to another exciting psychological facts video. In this video today, we take a look through the signs that confirm if one may be a sociopath. But before we start, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you never miss a video from us and the amazing facts about the human mind we often bring you. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Lack of empathy for others. Lack of empathy is one of the most notable signs of antisocial personality disorder, or ASPD. These people show signs of coldness, anger, or display callous behavior towards other people. They generally have no response towards other people's feelings. People with ASPD don't always realize how hurtful they're being by their behavior towards other people and how it affects the other person. Most times, they simply do not care about the impact of their behavior on the other person. If you're someone that finds yourself having no empathy or remorse toward another person or their feelings, it is a possible sign of antisocial personality disorder. Number 2. Impulsive behavior. Consequence of an action is something that impulsive people do not think about, and people with ASPD tend to do this frequently. They may act out in situations or engage in activities that are life-threatening. They tend to not consider the safety of their own or anyone else that is around them. People with ASPD usually develop addictions to substances or behaviors such as alcohol, drugs, or gambling. They also have tendencies of getting involved in unlawful activities. They often engage in reckless, irresponsible, and impulsive behavior and very poor decision-making. This often endangers themselves or someone else that is involved in situations with them. Number 3. Aggressive behavior. The most common traits among sociopaths include hostile, aggressive, and angry behavior towards others. They are more likely to be violent, abusive, and aggressive towards people and use these traits to get what they want from them. They also tend to have racist, sexist, or misogynistic ideals, or to have hostile feelings towards both individuals and groups within society. They come off very strong about their hatred towards people that they don't like. They are typically abusive, both physically and verbally. They may physically harm people without any consideration of the resulting injuries to the other person. They may also be verbally abusive, using insults, negative statements, and slurs toward others. Number 4. Easily angered or irritated. Sociopaths, unlike other people, feel only a few emotions, which are usually hostile. While other people experience a wide range of emotions like happiness, sadness, fear, guilt, and anger, a sociopath usually has access to only a few of these. One of the most easily accessible emotions among sociopaths is anger. This is one of the key emotions they feel and is often displayed in their daily life. They're usually very angry within their relationships, work, or any other situation. They are often easily angered, irritated, and prone to yelling, aggression, or outbursts when upset. Number 5. Superficial charm and powers of persuasion. Sociopaths can be charming, cunning, and highly persuasive people who can easily get people to like them, agree with them, and help them out. These charms are superficial in nature and tend to wear off the more often a person has to interact with them. A sociopath is usually not an honest or trustworthy person, but this is not easily found out when you first interact with them. This only becomes clear over time as you get to know them more. Most people will distance themselves from them. Still, they can be very good at making a first impression, charming others, and persuading people to do things for them. For example, a sociopath may be very charming when you start dating them, but it soon wears off as they have you. Number 6. Broken moral compass. People with antisocial personality disorder show limited regret when they've made a bad choice or harmed someone else. This is because they do not have a working moral compass and a limited ability to empathize or feel remorse. This shows up in sociopathic people in a number of ways. They may knowingly act in ways that harm other people by lying, stealing, or taking advantage of them. While some sociopaths do feel a twinge of regret afterwards, it is usually not enough to stop them from doing the same thing to someone in the future. Number 7. Entitlement and impunity. Sociopaths are people who feel like they should be exempt from following rules and sometimes even more rules. They think that they are above the law on many occasions. Feeling entitled is another common characteristic of a sociopath. They demand other people to make exceptions or bend the rules for them, and also to make exceptions in holding them accountable or punishing them when they break the rules. Number 8. Few close bonds or relationships. One of the most prominent signs of someone with antisocial personality disorder is the inability to empathize. They also have the tendency to disregard feelings and needs of others. Because of this, it is very difficult for a sociopath to form close bonds with another person. They may have a few close relationships, either with a family member or a significant other or an old friend. However, they are generally unable to form healthy, lasting relationships with people. This is why many sociopaths have a long list of exes, frenemies, and people they betrayed, wronged, or abandoned who now distrust or dislike them. Number 9. They're reckless with their goals. People with antisocial personality disorder tend to be very reckless with the efforts they put in things they want and achieve their goals. They are often seen as ruthless and shrewd in behavior with their associates. This is because they do not possess any conventional values and lack normal reservations, moral or ethical principles, or the general concern for others. There aren't many lines they won't cross and rules they will not break to reach a goal. They may lie, cheat, steal, and use and abuse other people in order to get more money, power, or something they've decided they want. Number 10. They are power hungry. We often find that people in power, usually those heading corporations, governments, are either psychopaths or sociopaths. This is because their hunger for power and authority pushes them towards attaining these positions with the sole purpose of controlling others. Sociopaths have a tendency to be power hungry and may spend a lot of time and effort attaining positions where they can control, dominate, and have authority over others. Once they obtain power, they often are seen misusing and abusing it in ways that are irresponsible, destructive, and harmful towards others. Number 11. Manipulative tendencies. Another classic sign you see in people that are sociopaths is their tendency to be extremely manipulative. Their behavior may include a pattern of lying, guilting, or coercing people into doing things for them in ways that shifts the blame to the victim itself. Manipulative people don't mind thinking about doing good things for others. They only think about which strategy or tactic is in their best interest or for their own profits. Alongside being superficially charming as one of the tactics that sociopaths use, they also use powers of persuasion and emotional manipulation to try to control the actions and choices of other people, often for their own self-serving interests. Some sociopaths also manipulate other people just for the sake of entertainment, and not necessarily only when they are trying to get something out of them. Number 12. Opportunistic tendencies. Opportunists are people who find ways to turn situations, including hardships, into advantages. But sociopaths often seek out or create hardships for others for their own advantage. This makes them antisocial opportunists who attempt to profit or gain from the misfortune of other people and to view the struggles of others in a positive light. These people have no sense of sympathy for other people's suffering, no matter how close they are to them. Instead, they only constantly try to calculate and find opportunities to exploit the situation and make it work for their own benefit. Number 13. Emotionally detached. Another very apparent characteristic of people that have antisocial personality disorder is emotional detachment. This can be seen in their behavior when they simply distance themselves from a situation that requires attention. They often tend to be cold, callous, or emotionally absent. When other people are freaking out, a sociopath may be unusually calm, and when others would feel guilty or sad, the sociopath may seem perfectly content and happy. When you see these abnormal emotional reactions, it is often because there is some missing emotional wiring in a person, which is one of the telltale traits of a sociopath. While these may be some of the most prominent traits that sociopaths have, there are many more quirks in their behavior that are specific to some people. These people may either show one or some of these signs in our behavior at several points in our lives. But if your personality displays all these signs consistently and repeatedly in most situations you are in, and with most people you meet, there's a high chance that you may be a sociopath. With that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to our channel for more such exciting content. See you in the next video.